Hi, my name's Darren Doye, and I'm going to be having a show at Manyung and Glenferrie coming up very soon. I'm going to talk about some of the work. So I grew up in a little place called Bendigo. It's not so little anymore, it's become quite big, its own rural city, I guess. And I grew up there in a rural lifestyle, went to art school in Ballarat, and then moved down to the Big Smoke in Melbourne. And I guess that move and the impetus for it, and then what I found out and how I related to Melbourne became what my artwork was about. So I guess it was about, you know, the city, the country kid coming to the city, all the challenges that sort of get put before you, and also all the differences that you notice about the city and the country and the rivalry that exists there. This is one of the pieces that will be in the show. This one's called Farmer, Big Smoke, and I guess it's about Melbourne, the growing city, the urban sprawl spreading into the countryside, like what I grew up in, and almost taking over the rich, fertile farmland that we used to farm our crops on and grow food and stuff like that. It's all being pushed out further. So this has got panels on it that can move. So Farmer, Big Smoke becomes how far? Too big. So it becomes a bit of a metaphorical statement on the city encroaching into the countryside. The image, this is an old Massey Ferguson tractor, one of the iconic tractors from around the rural sort of countryside that I grew up around, and one of my vivid memories of childhood is relating to old farm machinery like this. And yeah, I guess the technique that I use as well, I use a woodcut technique, which is how I get all these images here. So I take little snippets from the city, usually work from photographs and drawings, and I carve them out of wooden blocks to make them print on the canvas. So it's a relief style print, similar to the lino cut type technique that people use. The only thing is I haven't really seen too many other people doing it on a canvas and then painting around it and sort of giving it a bit more of a sort of modern twist, I guess. So that's one of the pieces, and I guess I like the internet interactivity with it. It sort of encourages the viewer to come and be part of the work and actually create their own sort of story, if you like. I also try to draw on the memories of people as well, so I like to use that as a bit of a hook, I guess, to get people to come and engage with the work through using their own memories of where they might have been around Melbourne. You know, for example, places like, you know, the Esplanade Hotel where they might have seen, you know, a band one night, a memorable gig somewhere, or, you know, the Skippy Girl Vinegar sign that I used to drive past quite a bit when I was first started working in Melbourne on the way to work. So there's those little sort of memories that I try and trigger within people as well to get them to engage in the piece as well. So that's one of the pieces. Another piece is this one over here, which is called Pile of Vans. And this has got a little bit more inspiration from where I now live. I've since moved from the city back into the countryside. I live on the Mornington Peninsula. And as part of the annual sort of lifestyle down there, I guess, the summertime rolls around and the foreshore caravan parks open up and people flood into this small little area around the coastline there and put all their caravans together and almost pile them one on top of the other. Similar to, and I guess I've sort of taken a bit of license here to really, you know, ham it up a bit, I guess, by stacking them up on top of each other. And then I've surrounded them with Frisian cows, quite plump, rich-looking Frisian cows, symbolising sort of the rich farmland and that sort of thing that is around the area and that I grew up in. So I guess it's got that sort of link back to me as a person and what I'm on about as well. So yeah, they're two of the pieces that'll be in the show. It'll be running from the 13th until the 28th of April at Manyung, Glenferrie, which is on 248 Glenferrie Road in Malvern. Love you to come along.